Okay, when it comes to internal linking, right? So pretty much it's a very easy thing to understand. It's pretty much inserting a link from one page to another. Like any hyperlink is also considered internal linking. Within the menu, it's also considered the internal linking. Even the logo that you see across most of the websites is also a link also because it leads back to the home page. So internal linking are everywhere within a website that you see. Even when you scroll down to the footer, all the links that you see are also links as well. So links are everywhere. Navigational, breadcrumb, URL, and sitemaps all help like a search engine to actually better understand your site structure. And internal linking are not just for SEO, also help your users to actually better learn more about the topic of your website's content and to navigate around the website basically. Okay, so we are going to new term called the hub page or the pillar content. So a hub page, right, is actually as it is, so it's actually providing like a hub and like be like a topical hub or a content pillar hub to actually give a very overview of the topic itself. So it also answers a lot of like top questions that users have. So this may be like in a way high search volume keywords that you want to rank for example. And then importantly, right, this also offers like a gateway to all the start topics and top like pages as well. So in a way, they are also very like more user friendly than the common category page itself. Although right in e-commerce website especially, main category pages are also considered a hub page as well. So the important thing is that it helps to build the topical authority for the subject. So later after the recording, right, we will actually go and see how some of like the example of how like a hub page will look like in this like consumer report and the data here. So okay, so I'm sharing this like short down with me, right? So but from here we can actually see category pages. They are actually natural hub page because they actually like have a lot of like natural link authority already there. Then they actually enhances the category page with additional information beyond subcategory pages and like all the product categories. So as we can see, easily see from like the URL structure here. So content silos is also another terminology where is required involves like structuring your website content around like a keyword-based theme. So when you create a silo structure, you're also grouping relevant and related content into distinct sections on your website. So when you think about like hub pages, right? So like content silos is more like moving around like the ladder in terms of like the content hierarchy. So another type of link is called the contextual link. So in the pillar cluster model, you have like the pillar page that leads up to like a child page. So as you can see here in the screenshot, right? So SEO, you can break down into technical, local SEO, Google algorithm, and then it will actually further break down into say like SEO tools, GA, GSC, GMB, and whatsoever. Then all these will actually further link to a different relevancy as well. So a natural like example of like link building I think the best way to show it is through Wikipedia. So you can see like within Wikipedia there's like so many internal linkings, right? So whenever like there's for example SEO, and then you talk about website traffic, then there's probably another page that's under a different category, website traffic and altogether. So this actually show that like link building can be done actually in the very like natural way where it doesn't really need to be like up and down format, but rather you can also internal link it like across the different similar topic cluster as well. So I believe I think in the previous sharing there's this slide on like silo architecture. So I think to conclude, right, silo architecture is good. It's one of like the ideal SEO practice, but it's not the perfect. It's not the in reality the most perfect way that internal linking can be implemented. Yeah. So another way, I think this page will show how like cross linking works also. So how you link for like high authoritative page to destination landing page. Then using pages like tools like SEMrush and as well, right? So how we can actually find cross-link opportunities. Like for example, we can in a way see like okay, all these are the top pages in terms of like high DR pages. So okay, these are the natural like page to actually link up to, because you want to pass the link juice over to your like your the page that you want to rank for. Yeah, so there are also cases where like I think it's quite common also where, for example, you have an e-commerce site and then you realize that like your product pages has a lot more like a natural backlinks uh, compared to your category pages, right? So but then I think you will find that in the Google search result page, for example, if I Google for say like a gaming chair, but then my product listing page is rank higher than my category pages. So in that case, right, then ideally we will usually our dedicated targeted landing page would be a category page. Then how do you actually find ways to actually let Google actually rank the category page or instead of the product page? So this is in the way to attribute the link juice back to the category page instead. So you find an internal linking opportunity, be it from like the product listing page that links back to the category page, or you actually find other possible like internal linking optimization opportunity as well. So there's also this feature in say Screaming Frog where you can actually do a custom search window. So I think it's one way you can in a way automate like finding internal linking and anchor text opportunity by doing a custom search in Screaming Frog to actually find, in this case, right, gaming laptop. So after you do that, right, then Screaming Frog actually crawl through all the URLs that actually consist of like gaming laptops in this anchor text. Then from there, you will manually go to like the pages to actually see whether there's any opportunity to include like internal linking through the category page and add credibility to and the link juice over back to the category page. Yeah, so this is one way to find internal linking opportunity. Yeah, from older pages. Then another way of internal linking, right, can be from new content to old content. So whenever you publish a new piece of content, also try to like link to several pieces of your older content, wherever it's like relevant or helpful. So this will be good in three ways in terms of like trying to automatically build and strengthen your content hub, and then to build like a topical relationship between new and older pages. And then lastly, right, also help to give authoritative like a boost to older pages as well. Okay, so another way, this is actually very commonly seen in a lot of like websites and blog setup, like how you know, like a new content the way being featured or highlighted. Actually, this is also part of the internal linking strategy as well. Because like for example, in new content, you want it to rank faster. So you can maybe find a way to actually link to your new content more prominently, and also often in like highly like important pages as well, including your homepage. So I think a lot of like product department of the web of the brand and all, they are probably already doing this, but then it actually somehow also is part of like the internal linking strategy for newer pages to faster rank as well. So adding links to old page also. So to actually find like internal linking opportunity, usually might also need to do like a link audit. So think of it means that you actually find like article that you published say like 2 year, 3 year ago, and then you find those pages that you have like published since the old article. Then from there you find internal linking opportunity from there. Yeah. So yeah, this is a very manual job lah. That if it's like a website of like 1,000 pages, then you might have to systematically see how you can like look for internal linking opportunity like by somehow like doing a more structured way to do that manually. So yeah, so linking like new content, right? So how do you determine like which page to link from, and also Google Search Console, right, which we will be setting up like next week, actually has an internal link report where you can actually see the external link as well as like the internal link as well. So this allow you to see like from the Google's like eyes, right, how many links are there, what are your top pages and all this. So it can give you a view on like your internal linking structure that Google will actually display on. Okay, so lastly, one of the best practice is also not to overkill, because like in the way authority is passed actually from your most important page to your unimportant page. So if you within one page you have say like 1,000 or a few hundred over like internal links, right? You're also not allowing your important page to actually pass on like the link juice to other pages as well. So controlling like Google's crawling and prioritization. I think prioritization is the word that is actually quite important to actually signal to Google about the relevancy and priority also. Yeah, so I think this is like most commonly in a way abused in like a footer page, where in some websites, right, like a lot of internal links will randomly be added in the footer just for the sake of like ranking them and all. Yeah, so when it comes to user experience also, that's also a no-no as well, because if there's so many internal linking, then it's in a way not really directing to people to where they want to click most, and also like increase a lot of like unnecessary like pivot of like users in a way. So you can even use like some of like the heat map tracking tools to actually see how people actually click and reduce links that people don't really click on as well. So yeah, this is what is explained so far. So one of like the not so good example is like really adding footer links that doesn't really contribute to like a good like a user experience, and then followed by like some footer link that is like in the way structured topically and also relevant to the content of the website. Okay, so this is also something that might be in a way quite a new SEO approach, where it's what we call the dynamic footer, where like, I think it's most commonly used in like a really big e-commerce website, right? Where you actually the different page you go, like for example, if you go to this like furniture bit, right? Then when you in a way go to that page, then you only find internal links and footer links that is only relevant to furniture and beds itself only. Then when you go to another page, then it's also a different like a set of footer links as well. Okay, so another strategy when it comes to internal linking is to use like a keyword rich anchor text, because I think anchor text is actually quite important, because similar to building backlinks, right? The keyword actually will give Google signal of the type of like a topic that you are linking to. Okay, so another best practice is not to use like no follow link, because no follow link means that like Google wouldn't even crawl through follow that link to actually crawl that page in the first place. And moreover, right, no indexing internal linking might even hinder the indexability of other pages that you might want to rank for. So another best practice is to strategically use homepage, because homepage is the first page that Googlebot will hit. So if we can actually link it like strategically from the homepage, right? So you actually give Google signal that you actually this is your important page that you want Googlebot to crawl through. Often page is as it is, it's a sole alone page that has no internal linking that is linked from, and then usually Googlebot cannot even find that page because when they crawl the site, right, Googlebot will crawl the home page followed by they will follow the internal linking and then crawl other pages. But in this case, they can't index it and they can't crawl it because they can't reach that sole alone page in a way. So these are pages to be avoided. Okay, another terminology is the doorway page. Doorway page is like a terminology to means that it's a page that is in a way forces people to actually go looking for the content that they were promised, but then it doesn't really serve the user intent at all. So it is one of like the practices that is like not to follow. Yeah. So one of the common practice is that they will actually find ways to, in a way, link like in a way dedicated like anchor text, like how to do SEO, do your own SEO, understanding SEO, but it all lends to the same service page, and that page itself doesn't really serve any user intent at all. So back again to like what is like a doorway page also. So there are these pages that's actually created just for the sake of funneling people to actionable parts of the website, but doesn't serve any user intent. So they are in a way duplicated as well in some of the ways as well, and then created just to for search engine only, not for user. Okay. So there are also sometimes, right, where web developers, they will in a way like ask the SEOs like okay, my desktop I can have the internal links, but then in mobile I can't afford the real estate to have like in a way like breadcrumb links and other links as well, because it would be too messy. It's not good for user experience and all. So Google's resources say that it's actually okay to have like internal linking. Of course, ideally, the mobile and the desktop version should still follow the same internal linking structure lah. Yeah. So another thing to note is that there's this thing called the first link priority, where Google only count the first link that it hit and its anchor text as the signal to what would topically represent the page. So that's why your navigational link will be quite important. And if it's not the keyword that you might want to rank for, right, then that internal link might not work so well to, in a way, benefit the ranking of the site and the in a way passing on the link juice over. Okay.